in this class. This is basically a practical class. Now we will see different growth phases and stages of rice. So most of the information here has been drawn or has been taken from International Rice Research Institute. I must thank International Rice Research Institute for that. And here the purpose is to understand the meaning of growth and development of rice and to learn the features and details of different growth stages. So first of all, we will see what is growth in rice, what is meant by development, and then we will see different growth stages. So this is how we are going to learn in this lecture. And before I proceed, I want to know from you what is growth and what is development and how they are different from each other, irrespective of the crop or the kind of plant. Anyone can come forward, and first you tell me what is growth.
Sir, quantitative development.
Growth is increase in vigor, dry weight.
Quantitative development.
Yes, yes.
Product maturity.
Okay, good.
And development means the qualitative development. And there are
sir, growth is obviously irreversible.
Irreversible, yeah. And development is always qualitative. Very good.
And development is phasic change.
Phagic changes in different phases. Like I was born as a child, and then I became from baby, a child to adult to old. So these are changes in phagic changes. And phagic changes or development happens in a long period or longer time, but growth is a continuous process. So most of you described well this growth and development, and let us see what this International Rice Research Institute consider. Growth, a complex processes with different organs developing, growing, and dying in overlapping sequences. So growth is with respect to the living organism, and living organism have to die. So a complex process with which with different organs developing, growing, and dying in overlapping sequences. Other definition, somebody was talking about dry matter, an irreversible increase in size, which is usually but not necessarily accompanied by an increase in dry weight. So that is growth. For example, in case of rice, you have seen primary tiller, mother plant, primary tiller, secondary tiller, tertiary tiller, means the number is increasing. But simultaneously, if the number is increasing, that means the dry matter is also increasing. So that is growth. So growth can be sometimes measured in numbers also, in size also, or in weight also. But it is irreversible increase in size, weight, or volume. That is your growth. Development, whose whole sequence of qualitative structure changes that a plant or organism undergoes from the zygote stage to the death. I think you, being a science student, you understand what is zygote, what is embryo, what is cell division, enlargement, and then organ development and so on. The development changes may be gradual. It is important. They are not abrupt. They are gradual. For example, germination. So germination takes many days. For some crops, it may take 1 month time. For some, it may take 5 days time. For some, it may take less time. But it takes time. It takes weeks. So germination, from germination, it can go to vegetative development, and then flowering or reproductive development, and then maturity. So it has got 4 or 5 distinct phases in life. Those phases are development. So it cannot be measured in quantitative terms. Development cannot be measured in quantitative terms. and is either described or illustrated with the help of photograph or drawings. Means you can get your own picture. You can see when you found changes in your face, when you started bearing your mustache, beard, or some other features. Development includes growth. Development cannot happen without growth. If growth is not there, development will not be there. So in growth, you have cell division, starting from zygote, enlargement and differentiation. Differentiation is organ development, morphogenesis, maturation, and senescence. See different growth curves. Growth curve. This is growth curve, which is sigmoid, called as sigmoid curve, and start from the seed. When you put the seed in the soil, then in the beginning there is when the seed germinates, it loses the weight. The weight is used in germination energy. Energy is used to convert the insoluble food to soluble food. And hence in the beginning there is slightly decrease in the dry weight, or you can say decrease in growth. And then suddenly there is spurt of growth. Growth is very fast, and this is log phase, and then some stationary phase comes. So one is lag phase in sigmoid growth curve. Lag phase is initial phase. Rate of growth is very, very slow. Then comes the log phase. Rapid growth means increases at increasing rate. Maximum in entire life. So log phase is important, where maximum growth take place. The speed of growth is also fast. Then stationary phase. Rate of growth starts decreasing and finally it stops. Now, just I may wanted you to understand difference in growth and development. So here there are growth phases, that is development of rice. How rice developed from germination, from seed to seed. So it has got, of course, it will start from germination. So first phase is vegetative phase, reproductive phase, and ripening phase. So in total, rice has three important phases. One is vegetative, starting from germination to panicle initiation, up to panicle initiation. When the panicle initiation starts, it becomes a reproductive phase. Panicle initiation to flowering. Once the flower opens, or you can say once the lemma and palea open and anthers are released, or anther release the pollen grains, that up to that time is your reproductive phase. Then from flowering to flowering means after fertilization. It is after fertilization to mature grain is your ripening phase. So up to fertilization or flowering, here you can see it is reproductive phase, and once the fertilization is over, reproductive phase is also over, then the ripening phase comes, which here is mentioned at flowering to mature grain. You see this picture, growth phases, three growth phases, vegetative, reproductive, ripening. And this is their relative duration or relative length. So you can see the green color, vegetative phase. It has longest duration in rice of vegetative phase. That is from germination to panicle initiation. Once the panicle initiation starts, the reproductive phase starts up to flowering. So this blue color rectangle you can see, and then the yellow color rectangle, ripening phase. The duration of ripening phase and reproductive phase is almost same. Ripening phase is normally for 30 days, or reproductive phase may be 30 to 35 days. So reproductive plus ripening phase is equal to normally 65 days. Normally you can take the value as 65 days. So these 65 days of reproductive and ripening phase are common to all the rice varieties, whether rice variety is of longer duration or shorter duration. They will always have 65 days period of reproductive and ripening phase. Normally 35 plus 30, you can say. So these days are fixed irrespective of the variety. It is only the changes in the vegetative growth. The duration of the vegetative growth can be longer, can be shorter. That will decide the duration of the variety. Normally, the longer duration variety will have longer vegetative period than the shorter duration variety. However, their reproductive and ripening period or number of days for these phases will be the same. Now see, for example, in tropics, reproductive phase 35 days is reproductive phase, means panicle initiation to flowering, and then ripening takes 30 days. So it makes your 65 days. Suppose there is variety IR64 which matures in 110 days. So here 65 days is fixed. So it will have 110 minus 65 is equal to 45 as its vegetative phase, duration of its vegetative phase. Then see another example of medium duration variety, IR8, which has 130 days. So 65, the last 65 from flowering to maturity is 65. So 130 minus 65 is equal to 65. So it will have IR38, which has maturity of 130 days. It will have 65 days vegetative phase and 65 days reproductive phase. So now you can see it has got 20 extra days in vegetative phase over IR64. See this, the same thing in pictures. You can see same thing in pictures. For the first variety, you can see 35-30. 35-30 for 130 days variety also. So this is only difference in vegetative phase. In first 45, in second it is 65. So now these phases, vegetative phase, reproductive phase, or ripening phase, they have been further divided into 10 different growth stages. 10 different growth stages. So vegetative phase has got 4 stages, 4 growth stages. Stage 0, germination to emergence. Today we discussed the meaning of germination and emergence. And then stage 1 is seedling stage. Stage 2 is tillering stage. Then stage 3 is stem elongation. Then vegetative stage is over, phase is over. Then reproductive phase, it starts from panicle initiation to booting. We will see what is booting leaf stage. Stage 5 is heading or panicle exertion. So you can call it panicle exertion or heading also. And then comes the flowering. Stage 6 is flowering. However, hardly there is 1 day difference. In heading and flowering, there may be only 1 or 2 days difference. Suppose it is heading today. Heading has happened, means the panicle has opened from the flag leaf. It is panicle is visible. Then this is heading. And same day or very next day, the flowering will start. So this is difficult to find much difference in heading and flowering, but they have been divided into 2 stages. Heading stage, it is before flowering, and then your flower will open. So stage 6 is flowering stage. All these 3 stages are making reproductive phase. Then comes the ripening phase after fertilization. So then the first one will be stage 7, milk grain stage. Then stage 8 is tough grain stage. Stage 9 is mature grain stage. So it makes your ripening phase. Any question, any doubt up to now?
No, sir.
Okay. Now you see this is the example to make you understand more how these growth stages comes in rice life. So this is a variety of 130 days. See the variety of 130 days. Try to understand meaning of this picture. On x-axis you got days after sowing. So 0 days it starts from 0 days and it ends at 120 and then 130 days. See, on y-axis you got shoot, dry weight, and grain yield. So now see the x-axis starting from 0 day, where seed was put in the soil and it germinated, G for germination, and say around 20 days. After 20 days of sowing, you can say initiation of tillering. At 20 days, you will get the seedling. At 20 days, you will get the seedling in the field, and then seedling may start tillering. So initiation of tilling will happen after 20th day of sowing. After 20th day of sowing, initiation of tilling can happen. Then it will not remain a seedling. Once a tiller has appeared from a mother plant, from a seedling, then it will not remain seedling. So when the initiation of tilling happens, then it will not remain a tiller, a seedling. It will be converted into a tiller. So initiation of tilling, and at around 45 days, you can see 80. 80 is active tilling. So here the rate of tiller production will be fast. Therefore, it is active tilling. After active tilling, here it is not shown, you will get a time where you will get maximum tilling. So maximum tilling can come around 60 days. Around 60 days. It depends upon the variety. I will show you when the time of maximum tilling will come. And then after 60, it is 130 days variety. Therefore, at 65 days, you will have initiation of panicle. Panicle initiation is start of the reproductive phase of rice. And then it will continue at 85 days. At 85 days, you will get the boot leaf stage. Boot leaf stage is where the panicle is still inside the flag leaf, and the flag and the panicle look like bulging. It is ready to come out of the flag leaf, but panicle is covered by the flag leaf. That stage is your boot leaf stage. It is same in all grasses, whether it is wheat or barley. So then boot leaf stage, after boot leaf stage, at around 100 days, you will have your flowering stage. Flowering stage. And just at 99 days, you will have heading, H-E-A-D-I-N-G, heading, or emergence of panicle from the flag leaf. And then at around 135 days, you will get the maturity. So you can see after fertilization in flowering stage, it is taking just 30 days from 100 to 130 days. Hope it is clear to you. Now see y-axis. See this line. This line is for shoot dry weight. So initially shoot dry weight is increasing slowly. Then it starts at a very fast rate. And then after flowering, you can see the shoot dry weight start falling. There is abrupt fall in the shoot dry weight, but you can see the grain yield. The grain yield is increasing. The grain part, the reproductive proportion is increasing. The shaded part, so you can see grain yield. So if you get about more than 8,000 kilograms of grain yield, around 9 tons. So you can see here, there is reduction in the shoot dry weight. Shoot dry weight is reducing because its food material is going to the grain. So therefore, there is decline in shoot dry weight. Same picture, but for a long duration variety. Almost same picture, but for a long duration variety. Here, instead of 130 days, duration is 140 days. See, it is 140 days. So germination at about 5-6 days. At 20 days, initiation of tilling. At about 45 days, it is active tilling. But here you see initiation of panicle is at about 75 days. Initiation of panicle is at about 75 days. So here you can see the vegetative duration is longer. Vegetative duration is longer. In the last case, vegetative duration was up to 65 days. But here you can say it is going up to 75 days. So 10 days extra from 130 to 140. So here it is from 65 to 75, initiation of panicle. And then you can see boot leaf stage at 100 days, then flowering at 110 days, and then maturity. After 110, it is 140. So 30 days it will mature. So this is the case of long duration variety. Now see more clearly here. You see on x-axis, these are different stages of growth, starting from emergence. But here you see maximum tiller number, panicle initiation, or internode elongation. So this is end of the vegetative phase, end of the vegetative phase. But just before this, these three things can happen together: maximum tiller number, panicle initiation, and then internode elongation. Panicle initiation and internode elongation will overlap. In some heads, you will get internode elongation. In some, you will get panicle initiation, and so on. So a lot of confusion will be there in this case, in case of shorter duration variety. So you can see, you see the line of plant height. Just see the line of plant height, and this line starts from emergence, and plant height increases, and just before flowering, or maybe at the time of panicle exertion, you can see, and onward, you will see that plant height is not increasing. Particularly when the reproductive stage starts, there is no change in plant height. It remains same, it does not increase. Many times a student commit mistake, they continue to increase the plant height after flowering. And then you see tiller number. Tilling will start after 20 days. And you can see tiller number is increasing in the beginning, slow rate of change. And then there is fast rate of increase of tiller number. And after just before flowering, you can see the tiller number is constant. Now you will not see changes or increase in the tiller number. Rather, it has started declining after maximum tiller number stage. And then panicle length. Panicle will start initiating. Initially, the length of the panicle will be few very fraction of millimeters, 0.2 or 0.1, or maybe from very less length, and it can increase in length. But after flowering, there is no change in the length of the panicle. So you can remember that after flowering, there is no change in plant height, no change in tiller number, and no change in panicle length of rice plant in short duration varieties. Now see, this is long duration variety of rice, and you can see here, starting from on x-axis, you need to see different stages, and on y-axis there are different parameters like panicle length, tiller number, plant height, etc. So here you see emergence, and just first you see the plant height line. So plant height is increasing, and after flowering, it gets fixed. There is no change after flowering. Number two is tiller number. So tiller number, you can see the line of tiller number. Tiller numbers starts increasing, and they will reach the maximum tiller number. So first, in long duration variety, tilling will start, and the crop will reach the maximum tiller number, and then the tiller number will start falling. When the tiller number start falling, that time or after maximum tiller number, the internode elongation will happen. The internode will increase in length. Internode, I think you understand. So these internode will increase in length so that height of the plant will increase. So this is internode elongation. And then after the elongation is complete, then it will start panicle initiation. So there are three distinct activities, or three different processes are happening separately. Maximum tiller number will reach first, then internode elongation, and then panicle initiation. So there is clear-cut distinction. But in the case of short duration variety, you can see they were overlapping. So they were doing more activities, multitasking here. For short duration variety, it has to finish everything in shorter period of time. So it was doing multitasking. In one time, it was doing 3 jobs. So 3 jobs together. But here, it has sufficient time. Let me finish the first activity first, then second, then third. So this is known as vegetative lag phase. It is taking time. It is taking some extra time. It is going slowly. So therefore, this particular phase in long duration variety is called as vegetative lag phase. So in short duration photo period in sensitive variety, which are 105 to 110 days, maximum tiller number, panicle initiation, and internode elongation occur almost simultaneously. It happens hand in hand. In long duration varieties, that is 150 or more, there is so-called lag vegetative period during which maximum tilling, stem elongation, and panicle initiation occur in succession, one after other. This is known as vegetative lag phase. Because of this distinction, it is taking longer time. It is lagging behind the short duration variety. Therefore, it has been named as vegetative lag phase. Now, growth stages from 0 to 9. 3 growth phases consist of series of 10 distinct that I have explained. Now see the 0 stage. It has been named 0 stage from germination to emergence. So after pre-germination, in case of rice, there are 2 methods or 2 or 3 different ways to germinate the seed. Some people directly broadcast the dry seed into the soil. Some people make it wet before sowing. They dip in water and then the pre-germinated seeds are prepared and they are broadcast in the soil. So there are different ways. So after pre-germination, the radicle and plumule protrude through the hull. You have already seen this morphology of these coleoptile and how they germinate. You have seen the germination. By second or third day in seed bed, the first leaf breaks through the coleoptile. You have seen how it breaks through the coleoptile. The end of stage 0 shows the emerged primary leaf is still curled and an elongated radicle. Now, stage 1 is your seedling stage. It starts from seed. It is coming from the seed, therefore it is a seedling. It starts right after emergence and lasts up to just before the first tiller appears. So it will remain seedling till the tilling start, till the other tiller is originated from this seedling. Seminal roots and up to 5 leaves develop. So up to 5 leaves. Normally seedling has 4 to 5 leaves. So 1 year long back, it was a question in civil services exam when agriculture used to be a subject in prelims, that how many leaves are there on the rice seedling. So they have given options like 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. But correct answer says 4 to 5. I do not know what was correct answer in civil services, but according to many literature books, it is seedling has 4 to 5 leaves. So this question was there in civil service exam one time. So it can have seminal roots. They are temporary roots. Now you can see this quite interesting, this picture, germination under 2 conditions by Chang and Bardens. So you can see first case, this is the first case, germinated under light. Means you put the seed in water and that seed is kept in the light. Then how it will germinate? So you can see here, the plumule is coming first. Plumule is coming first, or you say coleoptile. Coleoptile is coming first, which is having plumule, And this plumule will give out to the rest of the shoot part, that is primary leaf, secondary leaf, and so on. So here you can see there is no mesocotyle when the seed is germinating in light. But if seed is germinating in soil or in dark, then you can see the radicle will come first, and then the shoot part, or coleoptile and plumule, etc. And here you can notice on the right side, mesocotyle is there, which help the seedling to come out of the soil. So you can see coleoptile, primary leaf, and secondary leaf. So this is the difference in germination of rice seed. If it is in dark, radicle will come first. If it is in light, coleoptile will come first. Now see what happens after seedling. So seedling may be there in the soil. Some people are going for direct sowing, and if it is transplanted, then seedling is transplanted. It is seedling is always transplanted. We are not transplanting the tillers, but the seedling. So after 2 more leaves develop, means seedling was having up to 5 leaves. So then 2 more leaves will develop on the seedling. Leaves continue to develop at the rate of 1 leaf in 3 to 4 days during the early stage. Then secondary adventitious roots rapidly replace the temporary radical and seminal roots. In the seedling, now seedling will get the new kind of root, adventitious roots, from the nodal region, from the nodes. Normally 18 days old seedling ready for transplanting. You can transplant up to 25 days. So for 25 days, normally it will remain a seedling. Then 5 leaves and a rapidly developing root system here at the time of transplanting. So you have seen the seedling stage. Now tilling stage. So tilling stage starts after the seedling stage, and appearance of the first tiller to the maximum tiller number is reached. Starting from appearance of first tiller from the mother plant till it produces the maximum number of tillers. That is your tilling stage. Tillers emerge from the axillary buds of the nodes. Nodes, you have seen the nodes and internode in come, and there are buds. I have shown you that bud. Bud can give you leaf, or bud can also give you tiller. So you can see here primary tillers will be the first, then secondary and tertiary. So primary tillers can give rise to the secondary tillers, and so on. This occurs after 30 days of transplanting. Means you can see that the tilling happens in rice after 30 days of transplanting. The plant is now increasing in length and tilling very actively. So that is your tilling stage. New tertiary tiller can also arise from the secondary tillers, depending upon varieties, and plant grows longer and larger. Now it is difficult to pick out the main stem. At the final stage of tilling, you cannot distinguish that this is mother tiller, this is primary tiller, secondary tiller. Tillers continuously develop as the plant enters the next stage, stem elongation. Now, next stage is stem elongation. Now, stem will elongate. In case of short duration variety, you have seen that tiller number, tilling, and this stem elongation, they are happening together. But here, stem elongation gets time in long duration variety after the tilling is complete or completed. So here in stem elongation, it begins before panicle initiation or during the later part of the tilling stage. There may be an overlap of stage 2 and 3. In case of short duration varieties, the tiller continue to increase in number and height. Ground cover and canopy formation have advanced. More time in varieties with longer duration. The stem elongation takes more time. The short duration varieties mature in 105 days to 120 days. long duration 150 or more. In early maturing semi-dwarf fourth internode, this is important. In early maturing semi-dwarf variety like IR64, fourth internode below the point where the panicle emerges or from the top elongates only from 2 to 4 centimeter before panicle initiation becomes visible. MT is maximum tilting. Maximum tilting SE is stem elongation. SE is stem elongation and panicle initiation occur almost simultaneously in short duration variety. The period from maximum tilting to panicle initiation is referred as vegetative lag phase. In long duration varieties, in long duration variety, lag vegetative period occurs. This is followed by stem or internode elongation and finally by panicle initiation. Now you can see panicle initiation to booting, next stage. After stem elongation, it is panicle initiation up to booting, stage 4. So initiation of panicle primordium, it is known as primordium, at tip of growing shoot marks the start of reproductive phase. Panicle primordium becomes visible to naked eyes only after 10 days of initiation. For first 10 days, it is not visible to naked eye. You can see it by some glasses or microscope. 3 leaves will still emerge before the panicle finally emerges. Means before heading. Means panicle formation has started, initiation has started, and it will end in the heading stage. But during this period, still 3 more leaves will come. Panicle initiation occurs first in the main cum. So it depends upon the age of the tiller or age of the plant. Older the plant, panicle initiation will be first. So as per age, panicle initiation will begin. PI occurs first in main cum and then in tillers where it emerges in uneven pattern. So it can be seen by dissecting the stem. So when you see a rice field heading or this flowering stage begins, before that you will find lot of variability in heading. In some of the tillers, some of the plant you will see heading. In other plants, heading will not be there because there may be some younger tillers or younger plants. So they will have heading little late. So even within one hill, you will find difference in heading. So in paddy field or rice field, if you go at the time of heading, so it takes about 10 to 15 days to complete the process of heading. Because tilling also happened in 15, 20 days or 30 days. So as per that age of the individual plant or tiller varied. So according to that, the heading will happen. As the panicle continues to develop, the spikelet become distinguishable. So on the left side, you can see picture. This is panicle development is happening before the panicle is coming close to the flag leaf. So a spikelet development, you can see how spikelet development is happening, starting from 0 day to last day. You need not to go into the much details of this, but plant physiology people study these spikelet development. So in panicle initiation to booting, young panicle increases in size and its upward extension inside the flag leaf sheath causes the leaf sheath to bulge. It looks like swelling, some kind of swelling. This bulging or swelling of the flag leaf sheath is called as booting. Booting is most likely to occur first in the main cum. Older the cum, older the stem, older the tiller or plant, it will come first. So as per age, at booting senescence, aging and dying of leaves, particularly lower leaves, will start, or the tillers who are not bearing the panicle will start. So you can find some change in color of the leaves towards the base. And then heading stage. Once the booting is over, then heading stage will come. In heading stage, this flag leaf will be separated from the panicle and panicle will be visible. This is known as heading or panicle exertion, also known as panicle exertion, marked by the emergence of the panicle tip. So in the beginning, the panicle tip will appear, the upper portion of the panicle will appear. From that portion, this flag leaf will be detached, and then from the middle part, and then from the lower part. So panicle continues to emerge or get separated. It emerge means it is not going in height. It is just getting separated from the flag leaf. So panicle continues to emerge until it partially or completely protrudes from the sheath. So in the end, the blade, actually this leaf blade is covering the panicle. And then this leaf blade, once it is removed or it is detached from the panicle, that is your heading. So immediately after heading, the flowering will start. Very next day, the flowering can start in rice. So there is hardly any difference in heading and flowering. So stages 4, 5, and 6 constitute the reproductive phase. So up to this, you get reproductive phase, up to flowering. The second phase of rice growth. So here you can see this panicle is exposed to air. Now, stage 6 is called as flowering stage. It begins when anthers protrude from the spikelet. So the anthers will protrude, the lemma pelia will open, particularly in morning hours, and then anther will protrude. They have already done their job. They have already shed the pollens on the stigma, and now they are just protruding outside the spikelet. So fertilization takes place at this stage, and florets are open. The anthers protrude from the flower glooms because of stamen elongation, and the pollen is shed. The florets then close. So lemma pelia is open for a brief period, and then once the fertilization is over, it will close. Yeah, any problem?
सर क्लासेस
Yes.
कब तक चलेंगे?
अभी कोई नेक्स्ट क्लास है क्या आपकी? 10 मिनट, next 10 minutes I will finish. Can you bear next 10 minutes or not? You have a class? Hello? Do you have a class?
No classes.
So because official time is up to 5:15, you know. So I don't want to leave it in the middle. Those who want to leave can leave. They can see my video later, but I wish to finish it. Just 5-10 minutes more, please. So after the fertilization is over, then this lemma and pelia, this gloom will close, or floret will get closed. The pollen falls on the pistil, thereby fertilizing the egg. The pistil is the feathery structure. You already know it, bilobed feathery structure. Flowering process continues until most of the spikelets in the panicle are in bloom. So this is quite interesting fact about rice, that flowering continues for 3 days. Flowering continues, listen it carefully. In flowering continues for 3 days in rice. On the first day, flowering will happen in the top 1/3. Top portion of the panicle, 1/3 portion of the panicle. Second day, it will happen, flowering will happen. Flowering means opening of the flower, floret, and then fertilization. So middle part of the panicle will get flowering on the second day after heading, and the lower part will get flowering after third day of heading. This is interesting fact. So it will take 3 days time to complete to get flowering in individual in one panicle of rice. Flowering occurs a day after heading. See, immediately after heading, flowering starts. Florets open in morning time, and it takes 7 days for all spikelets in a panicle to open. So It can take up to 7 days for all spikelet, but normally it is in 3 days. Majority of the spikelets are open, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. At flowering, 3 to 5 leaves are still active. The upper leaves are still active at flowering stage. The tillers of this rice plant have been separated. Just leave it. Now you see the stage 7 is milk grain stage. It has got three different stages. Ripening phase. This is ripening phase. Stage 7 is milk grain stage, duff grain stage, and mature grain stage. So there are three different stages in ripening phase. So stage 7 is your milk grain stage. This is very easy to identify. You take the grain in your hand, press it, and some milk will be out. So that is your milk grain stage. So most of the food item in spikelet is in the form of liquid. And then in milk grain stage, grain starts to fill with a white milky fluid. Milk can be squeezed out, and then the panicle looks green and start to bend. Senescence at base of the tillers is progressing. Senescence means death of leaves or drying of leaves here. The flag leaf and two lower leaves are still active. They are green at milk grain stage. During the stage, the milky portion of the grain first. Now, next stage, duff stage. So this milk gets solidifies. So it becomes somewhat semi-solid, which is a duff stage. You know, we get flour, wheat flour or any kind of flour, put some water in it, and you are going to make chapati. So that is your duff. That is your duff of the flour. So during this stage, the milky portion of the grain first turns into a soft duff and later into a hard duff. So this is your stage 8. And then in duff grain stage, senescence start, change of color also starts, drying also starts, drying of leaves also starts. And then mature grain stage, the individual grain is mature. Now it has hardened and solidified and fully developed, hard, and has turned yellow. The color of the grain normally becomes yellow, or color of the leaves is also yellow. Of course, some variety may still be green, but they are matured. It happens. And then the rice plant at mature grain stage, you can see in this picture, this is maturity stage, and 90 to 100% of the filled grains have turned yellow and hard. The upper leaves are now drying rapidly. A considerable amount of dead leaves accumulate. So this is your maturity phase. Now grain is matured, and you can go through this slide. This is morphological characters associated with high yield. This is idiotype, rice idiotype, you can say it. So thank you so much. Now your questions will be welcomed. Thank you.